Now we get to the clock backs even backwards and gets to Unova region. Unova, man, what can I say about Unova? We actually got, just like Sun and Moon was getting, but we actually got two different versions. Black and white, black 2, white 2. We have 4 games in all that you can actually try your hand at the starters. So I decided to choose the grass type and the water type starter. Of course, this is supposed to be the one that I poop on, but sadly, when it comes to pooping on freaking starters, the fire type deserves it, but the other ones do not actually get off the hook that easily. I'm sorry, but no, you guys do not get off the hook. For the grass type and the water type, the messed up part in this situation is their final forms. I mean, the grass type, I eventually got to the point of saying, okay, well, it's all right, it's fine. But looking back, I'm like, well, it sucks that he or she actually had arms and legs, and then all of a sudden at the final evolution, well, no, you don't get to have arms and legs anymore. Now you truly become a snake. You just got rid of all of those. Kind of sucks. My personal opinion, it kind of sucks, but that's like the first choice I would choose is actually a grass type. Crazy enough. Just check out all these videos and you'll see how drastic I changed when it came to what I choose. So then we actually get to the water type, Oshawott. Now, Oshawott, he had potential. I mean, I didn't really care much about his starter form, but his middle form, that's when I was like, oh, that is awesome. Name him Goku, we got a deal. But sadly, the final form, what the hell happened? A narwhal out of nowhere? What the hell happened? There's many times where I was considering the fact of, you know what? We're not going to evolve him all the way. We're just going to keep him in his mid form because the mid form is just awesome as frick. I hate you guys on this. I really do. Why did you give him that crap of a form? Why? It's like you better give him a freaking Mega Evolution to actually have him standing on 2 feet. And he's like, as if the next Blastoise. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say on that. But yeah, he's totally crap. But their attacks, though, it's like, yeah, at least the good news is that their attacks actually continue on and make the starters and their whole entire elementals of grass and water continue to prosper. Razor Shell, awesome. You also have Leaf Storm, which I was like, yeah, Leaf Storm should have actually existed in Sinnoh. I mean, Sinnoh, or heck, even in, it should have actually existed in Hoenn, actually. I'm like, yeah, everyone has a good final attack of Burning Blast or Hydro Pump. And then you're like, oh, well, they do have Solar Beam. I'm like, Solar Beam is a cop-out. Screw that. We want an actual grass type move that finishes the job. And well, yeah, Leaf Storm was the calling, but it came way late into the game. Technically, I think it came in Sinnoh. Not, yeah, kinda. But now we get to the main event. Tepig, aka Pokaboo. That's right, I even go to the Japanese name of it. He looked good. He looked cute. But then as soon as he evolves, it's the same thing I have a reason with freaking damn Chespin. It's the fact that you got fat. Then after you got freaking fat, you got even fatter. And you're a fire fighting type. This is the third rendition of this, and sadly, this is the worst one of them all. I'm glad the next time they decided to do a fire starter, they said fire psychic. And I'm like, yes, finally, you got rid of the idea of making the fire a fighting type. That was completely, good Lord, no. It's like, good Lord, no. So what they did with freaking damn him is like, you know, number one, he sucks. He looks sucky. But not only the fact that he looks sucky, but his moves suck too. It's like, if you're not careful, arm thrust will not be learned by him. What the fuck? Not to mention, you have this special cool fire move, which I'm like, yeah, that's awesome. But you're supposed to be firefighting type. Where's the fight moves? If you're not careful, you'll miss the fight move of arm thrust. And then all of a sudden, apparently he has a hidden fight move called hammer arm. And I'm like, why exactly is that hidden? Why did you have to make us actually go to a move? Yeah, move remember to actually get that. It's like, yeah, that's bullcrap, man. That should actually be here. This should be actually one of the moves he learns. Because without that, it's like, oh, we got one fighting move. Why call him a fighting type if he only learns one fighting move? And you have to go to TMs and HMs to actually be like, oh, now he's souped up to be a fighter. That's not how things go, man. The only way how this works is that he learns a couple of fighting moves, at least 3. But as you can see, he only learns 2. And it sucks. It's like, yeah, it's like, if you don't know what you're doing, you're going to miss out on the fighting moves, and he's just going to be a normal fire type. It's just like, yeah, just drop the fighting type off him. Just make him a fire type. Because that's what he really is. He's just a fire type. That's all he is. Not a fighting type, a fire type. And that's why he is the last choice I'll ever choose. And I did level him up, and it was kind of cool to actually be like, oh, he can learn a water type move, Scold. So now he has something just in case for anyone who actually thinks it'll be a good idea to fight him. Like, for instance, a ground type or a rock type. Well, got Scold. Defeated. But still, Tepig is the last choice I'll ever pick. And he's so horrible that even if I want to do more on Pokemon Black and Pokemon White, which I kind of do, I kind of tried, but sadly, even Pokemon Black and White is quite boring to continue on because it has too many storylines. It's like, oh, I think Black 2, White 2 would be cool to actually do it again. But the messed up part is that even more storylines. It's like, this is the Final Fantasy version of Pokemon. If Pokemon went to Final Fantasy, this is exactly what happens. So that kind of makes Unova completely something that's really unplayable to me. But if I do try, I know for a fact, and I can definitely tell you, that Tepig will be the last one I ever choose. The only time I'll ever choose Tepig is in the Pokemon Challenge, where you have to be a true fire type Pokemon trainer, which means, yeah, pick Tepig, and then you have to pick the monkey, and, well, that's when we're going to get into some messed up mishap, which kind of would be interesting to see how far I can go. It sucks that the real big head honcho fire type is at the end of the whole entire game, which I'm like, oh, that's bull crap, man. That's bull crap. But yeah, Tepig, loser of the bunch, a big, extreme loser of the fire types. Starters, period. He is the biggest loser of them all.